was not hurt seriously, but another 2 or 3 inches up with that pitch, and you might be talking permanent lights out. Anyway, in short version, here's what happened out there today. Cub fans already know that Andre's in the middle of another red-hot streak. His first inning home run off Eric Shao was his 4th in the last 3 days. Shao had given up 2 others when Dawson stepped up in the 3rd inning, and here's the scariest baseball moment we've seen in a long time.
Over a full season. Whoa! Oh, hit by a pitch ball. Oh, and he's lying. Hasn't moved. Now they're going after his Rick Sutcliffe hitting Shao. And players from both teams break out on the field.
After about 3 minutes, Dawson came to and went straight for Shao, who was escorted to the safety of his clubhouse just in time. Dawson then went to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was released about 6 o'clock tonight. He has a stitched-up lip and some bruises, which is bad enough. But what's worse to Gene Michael is the whole scenario of this headhunting.
I hate to see your careers and lives risked or something like this, because it's not really worth that. You should never, nobody should ever throw at people's heads, and you never know for sure what someone is, but you know, there's off and on there's quite a bit of it. I don't like it at all.
Now, only Eric Shao knows if he did that on purpose or not. I would kind of think he was trying to pitch inside to him. As for throwing at his head,
well, yeah, I doubt it. McMichael.
Now, here's what led up to the trouble. In the first inning, Dawson, who's been red hot again, took Shao into the bleachers for his 4th home run in 3 days. Dave Martinez had also homered in the first inning. And then in the 3rd, Paul Noche hit a home run. So you can imagine what Shao was thinking. Well, he's thinking that he needed to loosen up some of these hitters, but not like this.
Project that over a full season. Whoa! Oh, hit by a pitch ball. Oh, and he's lying. Hasn't moved. Now they're going after his Rick Sutcliffe hitting Shao. And players from both teams break out on the field.
Meanwhile, Dawson was still down and not moving very much, but when he did finally shake out the cobwebs after about 3 minutes, Andre knew exactly what he wanted to do.
He's on his feet. Now he's looking for Shao. He's looking for Shao. Where is... Whoa! Look at this. Look at Shao. They're trying to keep him away. He's retreating.
He better retreat into the dugout. Look at Andre.
Look at this. Andre's going into the dugout after him.
Well, Shao got off the field with only a foot injury. He wasn't ejected. Dawson was for chasing him. The Hawk went directly from the ballpark to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where doctors checked out the injuries and took a battery of x-rays. And the way he went after Shao, it didn't look like Andre was hurt too badly, and as it turned out, he wasn't.
Andre Dawson is going to be treated for about a 2 to 3 centimeter cut that apparently occurred when the ball hit the cheekbone here. They're also looking at fractures on the cheekbone, and they're also looking at total head injuries.
Well, just after 6 o'clock, x-rays all negative. Dawson left the hospital to go home and get some rest. Meanwhile, back at the park, his teammates were filled with concern and disgust.
You never know for sure when if a guy's throwing at someone, but it sure looked like it. So we're going to protect our players, and if more needs to be done, we'll do that.
The way it looked, and I watched the replay, it looked like he was looking center of the plate out, and Shao's pitch was center of the plate in, and when you get a combination of a guy looking center out and the ball coming center in, the ball's going to hit him.
If he was a bad person and no one liked him on the team, he might not have seen that kind of reaction, but that's not the case. He's a very caring person. He cares about every one of us, and we care about him equally.
If you were Eric Shao and weren't playing him out, you think you'd show up the ballpark?
No, I don't think I'd be around.
Well, Shao didn't hang around today. He did issue a statement saying it was an accident, that he'd never thrown at anybody, and that he'll regret it the rest of his life. Well, most of the Cubs thought that was total baloney, and during the rest of the game, they made perfectly clear how they felt about it, beginning with Greg Maddux. Just a few outs from a victory in an official game, Maddux retaliated in the 4th inning when he hit Benito Santiago. That's the guy who called that pitch that hit Dawson. Maddux and Gene Michael were kicked out of there. As for the game, the Cubs built up a 7-2 lead, thanks in part to an RBI double by Dawson's replacement, Brian Dayette. This one scored Leon Durham and put him ahead 6-2 in the fifth. Here's Durham around third, but the Cubs had one more volley left for the Padres. It came in the eighth inning when Scott Sanderson hit Chris Brown in the back. This one was right behind him. Scott and Johnny Oates got kicked out of there. The umpires working overtime, and they think their jobs would be a lot easier if they didn't have to warn a pitcher after he hit somebody.
Every time something like this happens, probably the worst thing that happens is we have to give the warning, and that's the rule. We can't supersede the rules with our own rules. And John, as the crew chief, knows that, you know, we've seen situations before where, you know, you could stop it if you could throw the guy out right now. But that's not what we're allowed to do.
Tomorrow, we will warn both teams before the game that if any of this starts again, that they have had the warning right then, and the first pitcher that throws and we think that is throwing at a person deliberately, then we'll just throw